of faith, which is imunah, which is now support. Now that I know his will for my life and I know his desires for my life, now I have to go back and support that will and desire of my life. See, when we have faith and we understand God's will for our life, doesn't always mean that we support it. Can I explain to you this by taking you to the book of Jonah? And we see that Jonah had faith. He had knowledge only given by God. But yet his faith didn't go to the next faith, which is support for God's plan and God's will for your life. And just staying in pistis allowed him to get into himself, because even though I know your will for my life, even though I have the knowledge of what you desire for my life and what you can do with me, I understand that, but a lot of it I don't want. I don't want to go through. You want Jonah to preach salvation to the Ninevites who killed his people. And you want him to preach salvation, which means that you're giving them a chance to be saved even after they went against. I don't support that. Even though this knowledge is only given by you, and I understand that the power is in you and that you can do all these things, I don't support that idea. So as I began to learn what faith is, I learned that I can even stay in pistis and still live without power. I can have knowledge only given by God, but yet have no real movement or power in the things that I do or say. And if I do something, or say something, or pray something, and it actually happens, it was just a parlor trick. But if I learned how to support all the things that God had for me, and his will for my life, and his will for the power in my life, and his destiny for every point of where my feet should travel, and his blessings for everything my hand should touch, if I supported those things, then I can be able to walk in the Spirit of God constantly. Which means that I will be able to move from faith to faith, from glory to glory, from faith to faith, from glory to glory, because I find out more about what he wants for me and what he has for me, and then I begin to support it more and more and more until it becomes a very essence of what I live to be and what I live for. Faith is a knowledge only given by God. Now let me explain something to you in a natural sense of how I would have to explain faith to someone, especially someone who would not get to that point when you go and ask the preacher, hey, Pastor, what is faith? And he comes out with this religious idea of faith, and there's no explanation behind it. It's just this verse that he pulled out of the Bible. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, and the evidence of things not seen. But what does it mean? Stop telling me that. Just tell me what it means. So this is how I would explain faith to somebody who really wants to know without all that religiosity that has no explanation. I would tell them this. If you've ever been in a relationship with somebody, the first thing you want to do is you want to learn everything about them. You want to learn what makes them smile, what makes them laugh, what makes them giggle. You want to know their favorite food, their favorite color, their favorite jewelry. Do you like gold? Do you like diamonds? Do you like pearls? You want to know everything about them so you can make them the happiest person on the planet. And if you don't find out everything you need to know about them, then it will be impossible to please them. Because you didn't find out that they don't like diamonds, but they actually like pearls, it doesn't matter if you went out and got them a $16,000 diamond. They don't like that. They won't appreciate it. They don't want that. They like pearls. It doesn't matter if you went and took them out to the most expensive Indian restaurant that you could ever find, or the most expensive Italian restaurant you could ever find, because all they liked was burgers and fries. All they wanted, their favorite food was hot wings. They wanted to go to Buffalo Wild Wings, but you took them to the most expensive restaurant and you were upset because they didn't appreciate it. But you should have been upset at yourself because you lacked faith. You lacked the zeal to get the knowledge that can only come from them. They're the only ones that can tell you what they like and what they desire. And if you don't listen to them when they tell you, then faith for you is absent because you have no knowledge that can only be given by them. So then when I look at faith in my spiritual form and in the biblical form, I understand that it is a knowledge only given by God of who He is, what He is, and who I am in Him and what I am in Him that can cause me to be able to do such things and live in such power and be who I am. So it's that faith that pleases God. Because now that He has given me all that faith, now I know, David said, thy word I've hid in my heart that I may not sin against thee. Now that I've eaten your word and gotten knowledge only given by you, I'm going to put it in my heart. Because just like I put it in my heart when I find out what my wife likes and what she loves and what makes her giggle, I put that in my heart so that way I don't do anything that hurts her or anything that is opposite of that. I want to do everything that she desires that makes her happy. So when I come into God, I come into faith because now I need the knowledge only given by you so I can know who you are and what you desire, so I don't want to sin against you. I don't ever want to hurt you. I don't ever want to that is what faith is. And once I get that knowledge and I hide it in my heart so I don't sin against you. The reason why I hid it in my heart because I know that I will support everything you say. I will support every desire. I will support everything. I have now went from faith to faith. I didn't go from belief to belief. I didn't go from shakeable belief to shakeable belief. But I went from a knowing to a knowing to a supporting. I have come from faith to faith now. This is why we sit here with the Black T-shirt conversations. Because you want to know what faith is. And you have this religious idea of faith, but you have no knowledge of what it really is, and you wanted to know. So now is a time that me and you can have our just one-on-ones, and now you get to know these things. So, what's next? You want more?
Whenever you're ready.